Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my channel, MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Welcome to your daily Sun Sign Love Connection readings. And this is take 2. I actually started at like 9:30 this morning. I was like, yes, we're going to get this all done. I had a full day of massages. I just got back like 20 minutes ago. And something happened. A disruption came about. So I actually said, excuse me, went out and found out that nope, wasn't going to be able to be fixed within a moment. It was something kind of needing some attention. So here I am again. And so the featured sun sign, for those that are new, I have a little format. And by the way, big, huge love bomb of love to everybody who are watching, who have family, loved ones, children, relatives that have served for our country, or served our country. Today's Veterans Day. Just such gratitude and appreciation to you. It's so amazing that you have the honor and the strength to do that, and it should never go unnoticed, you know? So I just wanted to put that out to you. I actually had an aunt that was in the Marines and retired from after 30 years, and that was when there weren't a lot of women. So Auntie Rosie, may you rest in peace. I love you, man. You rock. She was spectacular. Anyway, yes, Veterans Day, Wednesday. So that's actually November 11th, 2020. And unfortunately, it's after 5 and it's getting darker, but I hope you can see okay. This is the light I used from the beginning of my channel, or more or less the beginning. So I think it'll be okay. And the featured sign for today is Gemini, and the highlighted ended up being Aquarius, which I'm really happy about because I'm going to shorten the explanations and the personality traits between each one for now. I'll go back a little lengthier tomorrow again and so on, but I'll get right to the meat and potatoes, as it were, with the messages. So for the highlighted of Gemini and Aquarius, I will be doing 3 major category tarot messages. And even though it's the end of today, it'll obviously meld into tomorrow and maybe further. Anytime you watch is perfectly perfect because these messages are there for you to hear when you're needing to hear them. And I'm using the Gilded Tarot. And so we're going to get started. So yeah, Gemini is and air. Both Aquarius and Gemini are air signs. Now, air signs, first and foremost, represent the mind. And their whole life is based on how they think, how they want to learn, how they want to express, how they want to expand, evolve, grow, teach, constantly wanting to know new things, to share that with you, to connect, just social, outward movement, just all different types of communication, written, spoken, definitely technology on both accounts because starting with Gemini, mutable sign, meaning very adaptable, ruled by Mercury, so that's, thank God, gone forward last week. So it's still building momentum, but it's about the mind, commerce, connection, networking, growing, organization, business, and just evolving, like I said. And I've known so many Geminis that are extremely intelligent, very suited to teaching. That's kind of the archetype that comes with Gemini. So even if it's not a legitimate teacher, they're teaching something in some way, and it could just be arts and crafts. It doesn't matter. They are really knowledgeable about stuff. They know pretty much everything, a little bit about everything. And they want to keep learning and sharing and helping others through the word, through the thought, Now they are the duality sign, and they can be quite changeable. And you may see one type of Gemini one day and another day. This happens a lot with Gemini. So be it. You love them anyway. They're very witty and fun, and they love fairness. They love equality. They love relationships. Oh yeah, they do. They're all over that. So they're going to work really hard, and they will be very devoted to the people they love and their connections and friends. They may forget a date or that they had actually set up a thing. They may forget your birthday. Please don't take it seriously. Don't take it to heart. They're constantly thinking, and they can't keep up with themselves sometimes. But they're true blue, really wonderful, wonderful people. And then with Aquarius, same idea, basically, you know, verbatim, but with Aquarius, they're a fixed sign. So they're very steadfast and set in their opinions and their philosophical outlooks on life. And sometimes in the most obscure ways, like, you know, it might be a restaurant that they want to go to every Tuesday or every other Tuesday or, you know, third month of the year. And you say, well, can we go somewhere else for a change? I'm like, no, I'm going there and it's good. I'm not changing my mind. You know, it's not necessarily that severe when I say that they are, you know, a fixed sign. But at the same time, it's really very useful when they want to dedicate and be dedicated to the relationships or their work or something that they're really inspired by. And it usually has to do with the mind and how they can better something, or, you know, with an Aquarius, quite frankly, they are about big. They think big. They think about leadership in big groups, you know, organizations. They're usually the ones in charge of, you know, facilitating that sort of thing. They're thinking of the world in a global sense, not just about their community, though that does fit into it. Community actually does really fit into what I think about Aquarians. And they're ruled by Uranus, so that is the planet of complete unpredictability, surprises, you know, instant change, transformation that'll change your entire life sometimes. But, you know, they're used to that. That's what they had to go. That was their ruling planet. So what's cool about Uranus, even though surprises can be amazing, they're not all bad. Sometimes they'll come along if we don't make the changes we need to. And the universe and the planets and Uranus is going to make sure that you make that change because they know what's best for you, right? We co-create. We have free choice. But don't forget, we're not alone, okay? And don't also, if I may, without being preaching on my soapbox here, remember that it isn't just the universe and the planets either. It's that beautiful balance, right, and co-creation that goes on at all times to manifest and create and change and transform. But Uranus is really the planet of science and inventions and innovative things, you know, and kind of almost eccentric in ideas, and certainly about technology. My gosh, there's amazing things that are still coming down the pike that we have no idea about. Because I think the internet web, I mean, remember when the internet became, you know, introduced, and it was like 95, had a lot to do with the planets that were in Aquarius at that time. You can look it up. It's just that way, you know. I mean, it's miraculous how incredibly accurate the planets are into our everyday living situations, and certainly our connections. So anyway, this is a beautiful, loving, fun, social connection that I think can be on all bases of friends, special, significant other, that's going to last and stand the test of time. Interestingly enough, though, with Gemini, we do have the first in the next series of eclipses that are coming. Starting at the end of November, on the 30th, it'll be in Gemini. Gemini represents the 9th house for all of us, okay? And yeah, the fellow air signs are going to feel probably more of a connection and a kind of an ease to this beautiful eclipse. But it definitely in the 9th house has to do with learning, higher education, higher knowledge, you know, whatever that may be. It could be in regards to the esoteric parts of life, the mystery things, you know, astrology, psychology. It definitely has to do with travel, foreign. It could be through the internet, as I said, as you can reach the world when you're on, you know, a Zoom call or YouTube. So yeah, it's very, very beautiful. Things can happen in your life that you hadn't anticipated, but you may move to a foreign country. I mean, I think a lot of people are thinking about it, to be honest. I know in my close circle of friends and family, there's been a fair amount of moves already, and not to another country, but yeah, moving is big right now. There's going to be a lot of migrating, I guess you could say, in the 9th house. And there's several other things, but we'll cut that short. You can expect something maybe starting or being removed in regards to those things, because eclipses will bring things in instantly and they'll eclipse things out. But it's new starts, it's new beginnings, it's new chapters, and it can be fantastic. Let us read the 3 major messages or categories for this beautiful connection and highlighted connection of Aquarius and Gemini. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I have been shuffling this whole time. I didn't leave those, but that was the first one from this morning. That was not. It was the Two of Swords, and this is the Two of Wands. Wow. No, it's not. It's the three. I beg to differ. Fantastic. Okay. This is fantastic and beautiful and very important messages that I need to share. So the first message and category is always under the overall energy and more or less the catalyst of the reading that brought you to this point in this connection, in this relationship, in your life. And you have the Death card. Isn't that ironic that well, nothing's ironic, trust me, not in the spirit world. Well, this is about change. This is about life and death, transformation, cycles, you know, birth, rebirth, phoenix rising from the ashes. So it doesn't have to mean literal death, but of course, this year in particular, there's been a lot of deaths and there's been a lot of transformations because of it. And it changes your life. It does, you know. I had two family members passing away in the last 3 years now. Wow. During eclipse, by the way. Not that that's going to happen with this one. I'm just saying it was because that's that quick, unexpected situation. But one of them certainly was. And the second was after a pattern of that, which was only last year. It's okay. This can be a beautiful new life, a beautiful new start, a beautiful new epiphany of the way you want to think and put an end to the things that have been burdening you, that have been weighing you down, that haven't felt good, you know, whether it's in this relationship or others around you. Certainly this year, we've all been depressed and sad about a lot of things, you know, not everybody, but I think a majority. I think it's fair to say, and I think our spirits are being lifted. We're seeing some transformation. We're seeing some hope. And that's what the Death card means. It's the best thing we can have. It's showing us from the darkest part of us to the light. And it does represent Scorpio. And we're in Scorpio season, and Scorpio is all about transformation, the deepest parts of us, you know, ruled by Pluto. My gosh, you know, you can't get any deeper. You can't be more honest with yourself and critical at the same time about things that just have to stop. And that's what's being presented, and it's beautiful, and it's new, and it's invigorating, right? And adventurous at times. So you both love that. Then the second category is the possible blessings or obstacles. And I said, you know, earlier today, and I would have used it, but I got a little sidetracked and distracted from what happened. So it is the Three of Wands, which is fantastic. The Three of Wands is knowing you have exactly what you need at the right time. You've got fire and energy and momentum to do it. It's like all your ships are coming in. Is there a ship in this? Sure enough. You know, you've waited. We've all had to wait, and you never gave up. And the three is about growth. It's about external help, perhaps. Certainly the two of you working together. And just feeling really, really positive about what's ahead. You know, it's about time, and we all want to feel that way. But we can't kid ourselves. We have to wait for divine timing, and that's where that co-creation comes in. And then the patience we have to allow the changes before we reach the parts of life we want to see manifest. That's fantastic. I mean, this reading is beautiful because the following and last message and category is that of finances, tangible things, things you can touch, feel, you know, the practical parts of our life. And you have the Three of Cups. Wow. Well, the cups are the emotions. They're feelings, you know, we all have them. Even the detached aspect of all air signs, where we're just in our minds a lot, kind of forget sometimes it appears that we are working with our emotions like the water signs do. They teach us, they show us, life is about that. We gravitate towards people and circumstances and things that can remind us that yes, we all have those elements in us. But this is our sun sign, this is our personality, right? So it's the first house, and it's our ego, and it's the things we want and drive and strive for and that sort of thing. But it's only a 12th of who we are. So yeah, your cups are full, you're celebrating, you're feeling extremely happy, you're feeling victorious. You may be attending some birthdays, being Scorpio season. You know, the two of you get along with everybody. I mean, you have no specific, I always say to people, do yourself a favor and just kind of make a list, and no matter what age you are, And just find out, you know, online or however you want to do it, who the 3 or 4 people that are really, really important to you in your life, like, and then, you know, or more, and see what signs they are, because inevitably they're going to be similar signs. They just are. That's just what happens. And it's not just because of the sun sign. It has a lot to do with other planets, but then you can get into it and you get really excited about what you find out and unravel in this beautiful mystical, you know, this world of astrology and tarot. That's fantastic. So apparently you've been feeling like you have enough. You feel gratitude. You feel real creative right now too when it comes to the cups. Creative ways of, you know, growing money and attracting money. And just when it comes to the cups, I feel like it's a lot of internal a lot of times. They have a lot of psychic and just intuitiveness to them. So it's not even about having to work hard about it. It's just having it come to you and just sitting and thinking, yes, I'm going to enjoy every moment of this, you know, and feeling that gratitude. So that's fantastic. I love those messages for you. I hope that you resonate. And even if it's, like I said, not today, it should very well be coming. And I would love to know. And do push that notification, subscribe button. And definitely notifications so you know when I upload these, because they're a little different now with me being back at work, which in itself is still kind of so amazing to me. It was 7 months. But now I'm going to go from every other zodiac sign and give a message in relation to the featured sun sign of Gemini. So we'll go around the zodiac wheel. We'll start with Capricorn. And Capricorn is earth. Gemini is air. So this is an interesting combination that really I would say for the most part is completely opposite. You know, air and earth are very opposite, but they both need each other. You know, we need earth. We need to feel stable. We need to feel that grounded feeling that we can be offered to us by the earth signs. And Capricorn, wow, Capricorn is a cardinal sign. So they are very much initiators. Capricorns are doers. They work really, really hard. You know, they're ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is the taskmaster and also the known as the god of time. Okay, understanding the meaning and the value of time that we give to others and that we allow others to share with us. I guess, you know, I mean, it's just this give and take reciprocity that's essential. But earth signs and Capricorn just gets that. You know, they know about being patient. They know about putting one foot in front of the other. And they, in particular, you know, being the symbol of the goat, are the kind of person that they just want to see everything going up. They want to climb that mountain, you know, just like goats do. They're sure-footed and they're just like, well, the only way is up for me, man. And I will reach every goal I choose to because I have that tenacity. I'm resourceful. I'm going to do it. They have a stern, almost kind of solemn, you know, feeling about them at times. Not all of them. Some of them have an amazing sense of humor, and that's something that I don't think a lot of people know. But they're reserved, absolutely, in comparison to Gemini, which is really attracting to them. But the two of you can work really well together. You can complement each other in a lot of ways. You can have great conversations about projects and, you know, ways to make money and secure money and invest in money. And you'll have a really loyal friend with Capricorn. And your message is beautiful. It's the 9 of Pentacles. It's so perfect. It is the earth element, which is what Capricorn is. And the 9 is like the completion, almost one more away from the 10, which is the ultimate, right? But if you look, there's such beautiful abundance. It's a garden full of flowers and growth and maybe vegetables and fruits and seeing the fruits of your labor. But what's really important about this card that I love is it's a woman, but it doesn't have to be. I don't associate gender to my cards or my readings, but what I'm saying is there's an independence there that's so important to recognize. You made this happen. The two of you work together, yes, but the two of you alone are also able to make it happen, which then creates this beautiful, holistic, you know, whole meeting whole, and it just keeps growing and it feels beautiful. And you're just really secure and stable and feeling beautiful. It's a really good time, and it should be for Capricorn. They've had Jupiter in their sign this year. That only happens every 12 years to each of us, so it goes into Aquarius next. That's going to change a lot of the energies. You wait and see. But then we go on to Sagittarius and Gemini, polar opposites. Beautiful relationships. See it all the time. Air and fire. Beautiful elements that work together. You know, just you fan that bellows on the fire and it creates it and helps it to grow, right? You don't want to do it too much, of course, and you don't want to let it get out of hand. You don't want that fiery energy to you know, to scatter or what have you, or to blow up or what have you. But, you know, it can be very temperate, and that happens to be the card that represents Sagittarius' temperance. It's about alchemy and the ability to be balanced and inwardly and outwardly, above and below, you know, spiritually, physically, you know, materialistically. And I think the two of you get that about each other. You have a lot of similarities. There's a lot of attraction. Sagittarius are ruled by Jupiter. They're super lucky. They have beautiful opportunities that come in. They know how to utilize them. They're very intelligent as well. They strive to be. They're very much interested in philosophical things, in higher learning that I spoke of earlier, which is going to be, you know, what's happening with the eclipse in Gemini. It'll be in the 9th house. And interestingly enough, the next eclipse, which will be Sagittarius, that'll be the series that'll be in the next year and a half. And that's going to happen on, I believe, the 13th of December. That's going to be the 3rd house. So that's communication. That's the south node. The north node is also Gemini. So it's a lot of interesting, beautiful growth and learning and changing and expression and all these wonderful things. Sagittarius, it's half man and half horse. They love to travel. They love to move. They love excitement. They love adventure. They love freedom. And you're okay with that, Gemini. You know, you want to love and definitely take care, and you do take care of those that you love. But you also like your freedom too within that relationship. Your relationship and your message is the Knight of Wands. Wow. Well, that's perfect, because that is the... I'm so sorry, I'm wrong. That's what happens at this time of night. Knight of Cups, that's even better. It's not better, but what it is about relationships and about love. And this Knight is bringing a message, and it's about emotion and love and happiness, maybe an invitation to something you haven't gone to with a special someone, maybe that engagement, commitment. Oh my gosh, yes, I said that, Sagittarius. It happens. It doesn't always happen right away. I think the basis for a lot of Sagittarians are friendships first, because they're the things that last through everything else. And anybody who's ever been in a long-term relationship knows that a lot of the stuff, that the hormones and the emotional excitement and love, it's cool, but it doesn't last as much as a friendship and the basis and the foundation of the love that lasts forever. And that's what's happening here. I'm excited. I love it. I want to know. I definitely do. So I'm going to leave that out because that was the next one, and I'll let you know what it was. But we're going on to Scorpio and Gemini, and there's a definite attraction. I feel like most people are attracted to Scorpios because they're so darn kind of mysterious, and you can't really quite pinpoint, you know, exactly what it is and why you're feeling that way. But they have this kind of power over people. You know, they're deep. They're ruled by Pluto, I told you, and then we're in this season of Scorpio. So you might be just partying and having a good time with Scorpios. And I'm sure they're having a good time because they should. And yeah, it's just, and then the new moon on the 14th, which is like 4 days right after this beautiful forward motion of Mars, which has been in retrograde for 2 months. Oh my gosh, we're all going to start feeling the energy, and things are just going to start happening and moving. And it's going to be a little slow, but you know, the shadow period, but my gosh. And Scorpio and Gemini, they work well together. Scorpio can be quite possessive and very intense. Oh, I mean, they know what they want. They are black and white about things. They're a fixed sign too. That's okay. You can lighten them up, Gemini. You got what it takes. And, you know, they're very loyal. They're going to be so much fun. There's a lot of different types of this intensity I speak of when I say Scorpios. I've met lighter ones and deeper. It depends on what's going on in their life. You know, that has a lot to do with it. But yeah, this could be fun. Let's see what the message says. This is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, wonderful. Well, great substance of security. That's important. And you know what? Scorpios are really good at being conservative with their money and building great amount of wealth. They just know how to do it. And they're super psychic, and they definitely understand the mind, which is what you love, right, Gemini? And they know what you're thinking sometimes before you do. That's kind of cool. I love that. It attracts me. Water signs do that. They have the energy of knowing and feeling what's going on around them. They don't have to say a word, and they definitely love the touch, especially Scorpio. But this is beautiful. This is real, solid comfort, you know, and abundance in your material world. So things are growing and things are going to get better and better, because this is a theme that's going on here for you, Gemini, with a lot of your connections and with your own life. So I love this. And when it's the Queen, it's definitely the maternal and the receptive, kind of watery aspect of everyone. We have masculine and feminine in all of us. Then we have Libra and Gemini. I love it. You know, Libra is about fairness, balance, justice. They are about relationships. That's key to them. All types of relationships. They are an air sign like you. They have the mind and the thoughts, and it just goes on and on. They can't wait to think more about something, or see all different sides and strategize and think as logical as they can to be fair and right. And, you know, they will, they put other people ahead of themselves sometimes. That's something you have to kind of watch with this codependency things that comes with some Libras. I'm just saying I'm a Libra. Just being honest. They don't like discord or, you know, confrontation. So sometimes they'll actually maybe just say yes and agree just because they don't want to fight. You know, not always. It depends on where you are and what's going on. But that happens. So just make sure you're feeling confident and knowing that, you know, Geminis are going to love you either way. And you accept them. So this is beautiful. It's a fun, happy, beautiful relationship. And actually, Venus is in Libra right now, and that's Libra's ruling planet. So there should be some beautiful romantic things going on too with a lot of the connections. I like it. Everything just feels and looks better. Oh my gosh, yes. The Ace of Wands. Well, this is known as the sexual card sometimes. It's very fiery. It's very passionate. It's almost phallic looking. There's intensity here, and there's strength and determination and motivation and fun. Physical intimacy, gorgeous. There's that Venus going on. So yeah, I kind of said it beforehand, but I hope it's wonderful. I hope you're having a vacation together, having fun, you know, just planning a vacation if nothing else, but interested in some new adventures. You know, the aces are the beginnings. They are the start of something wonderful, and especially when it's the wand. It's really powerful. Then the Virgo in Gemini, this is gorgeous. You know, I see this a lot too. Once again, very different. But Gemini, in addition to a lot of signs, love and appreciate that kind of anchor they can have with the earth signs in Virgo. Virgo is an analytical sign like you are. Virgo is also ruled by Mercury. There's that beautiful connection and simpatico kind of feeling. And harmony, Virgo is